Yes, sir. Good morning.
Just you learn the rules to win. And when you learn the rules, you can't complain. For example, you can't complain about a chess game when you're so used to playing checkers. Like, no, this is
You know, it sounds better when it's playing.
I'm a player with the key play me.
Oh, all right. But they can't see me right now. Oh, hey, I gotta. Out there, I know y'all want to see me take my shirt off, but I can't do that right now for monetary reasons.
What's up, everybody? I hope your Monday morning has been amazing. It is a Monday morning quarterback with your boy La Alpha and your boy Joe. You will see him. You will see us shortly. I just want to hope y'all had a really good Monday morning. Hope everybody is being home, being safe, or driving out right now, going to work, being safe, whatever you are doing. If you're on the West Coast, I know some of y'all are just now getting outside, so be safe. Hope now Mississippi it's 49 this morning, so it ain't as bad as it been, but we getting that. Joe, Unico, what is it in Indiana?
Good morning, Zelmay. How you doing? You good, brother?
I'm good.
I'm sorry, I'm just so giddy, man. I just had a wonderful weekend. We woke up to a surprise yesterday. It was just a little snow on the ground. Then I woke up today when I took the Gottis out, and it was 100%, at least a good 2 inches of snow. So very, very snowy, cold, about 22 degrees right now. So it's one of them days where you just want to put on your favorite house coat and your favorite house shoes and just kick that old recliner back. Actually, that's just what I want to do, but maybe somebody else might want to.
I feel that. We had a huge slate in the NFL. We had a huge slate. We had maybe the greatest kicking weekend of all time. We had all 4 games ended regulation with 0-0-0 with a field goal going through. That's insane. We might have had the greatest game in NFL history. We had a lot. We almost had the biggest comeback. It was so much going on, but I'm trying to think, Joe. Was this the best weekend, or am I just a prisoner of the moment? Because but I can't think of one better. Now I've come up with a game that I can say was better. So we're not gonna just go off of that. But weekend, I can't think of it. Joe, what's your thoughts?
I'm 100% on board with the whole.
I'm gonna just go off of that.
We could potentially be prisoners of the moment. I think that's fair. If anybody got caught up in it, they might have had some really hot takes based off of this weekend. But man, I gotta say, if it wasn't the best, it's right up there. Like, I can't think of one. This is one I feel like I'm really going to remember. Like, remember that divisional round in 2022? That was crazy. So if you step back, you like, well, there was that one in 95 where the whole weekend was turned. Okay, cool. We let you back off from any hot takes from yesterday, but man, it's well deserved if you really do believe that this past weekend was the best divisional round weekend ever.
Yeah, it was. It was literally like, what can you do? Every game came down to the last second. Every little game came down to the last second. No one knew what was going to happen. I thought every team that won had a chance to lose. And like the other team would score right before the drive they needed to go down and score. So it wasn't like, you're like, oh my God, Tennessee just won the game. Well, not Tennessee, might be the only exception. But oh my God, Tom Brady just came back again and tied the game. Oh my God, Josh Allen with 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes. Oh my God, the other one. Oh my God, what was that? The Bengals and Titans. That was the game that did.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers and them. Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers is about to win, and then special teams is all.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, you can legit give a reason to why all of this happened. You know what I mean? You can literally legit just give a reason, and it's the amazing sports weekend we have had probably of all time. So I don't know which one you can do now. We can argue the greatest game, because we're gonna go with that one first. Let's go with that one first. Let's get everybody in here. We done told everybody to like and subscribe, all that stuff. We done did all that.
Hold on, let me do mine. That's my Twitch poll. When I hit them with that means you know that, because never mind. We'll talk about that off air.
But I was saying this was the greatest game, but I had to calm myself down because I had to think all last night. It's still not the greatest football game I've ever seen, because I will never forget the Texas versus USC Vince Young game. That's still the greatest game in my mind ever.
Agreed.
Because I have never seen a man run into the end zone with confetti falling because they thought he was gonna lose, and he ran into the end zone as it was falling to win the game.
One of the best pictures you can give. Sports Illustrated, that cover was crazy on Sports Illustrated. I know y'all kids don't know about magazines and stuff, but we had a magazine and you'd have a cover, and that cover was crazy.
Yeah, it'd be basically what you'll see on the front page of ESPN, but they'll change it too quickly so you don't get to experience it. But yeah, he ran into the end zone at the last second. Boom, he's there. The confetti falling. I'm like, this is the crazy image. This is the crazy thing. The crowd was going crazy. Nobody knew what was going on. But in terms of NFL play, I had to think about it a little more. The Titans and Rams up there. I've never seen a man lose by an inch. People will say the Tom Brady Atlanta Falcons game was crazy, but I dispute that by saying this one thing. I saw that game early in the day, the exact same game, but except for one is not the Falcons. That's the one thing I can say about that. And then it's the best quarterback game I ever played. It has never been happened. Both quarterbacks threw for over 70%.
Amazing.
Both quarterbacks threw for over 300 yards. Both quarterbacks had a minimum of 3 touchdowns. I thought one was iffy when Nicole Hartman touchdown didn't count as a passing touchdown because Mahomes threw it behind the line of scrimmage, so it counts as a rushing touchdown. So that could have been 4 if it was a little bit 4. So they both basically threw for 7 touchdowns, 700 yards, no picks, no fumbles, over 70% passing, 25 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
13 seconds, which is more than the Cowboys had.
Yeah.
Joe, have you seen any better? That game was incredible, Joe. You seen anything?
That game. That game was 100% credible. Brought to you by Unico Williams. Do you hear me with Unico Williams every Thursday? No, man, like the whole game had me like, okay, where's we at? When we really started talking about that 4 points, what was the score? Was it the 23-16 or?
It was 23-21.
23-21, and we kept on talking about that 4 points. And then what that 4 points actually became 8 because of good old mad scientist, evil genius Andy Reid doing tight end options. And like, God, like it was full of opportunities for Kansas City to really have taken control of that game. And honestly, it didn't have to come to that. And we'll talk about that in our NFC game here in a second. But Andy Reid trying to be cute, and so was Sean McDermott. And they were trying to showcase how smart each other were. And I feel like in some ways they made this game about them. But I got something to say about Andy Reid. Andy Reid, you don't pull that off without a talent like Pat Mahomes, man. You really don't. You don't pull it. Like, gosh, I seen both in this game. I also saw a whole bunch of throws that had some crazy angles. We saw some of that from Stafford in the earlier game, but I'm telling you, man, as far as quarterback play goes, it was amazing. And more than anything, I'm hurt more about the fact that we didn't give Josh a chance at the end, and that's okay because none of this game was his fault, really. He showed up in the fourth quarter. He showed up, 100%. Especially now, and get more than anything, this is what makes you a bad boy when you overcome bad play calls. They called a QB sweep left. The whole line went to the left. He got like 1 yard, maybe 1 or 2 yards. And then he gets that first down eventually. Then they do it. Well, let's try it on the right side. Same result. They stop designing run plays for quarterbacks. Let them scramble if they need to. But he overcame bad play calling. He overcame a lot of things, man. And that was the Kansas City. That's Swiss cheese right there. But end of the day, that 13 seconds was amazing. We saw Dak Prescott do that.
Yeah, one
past the 50. He was past the 50, bro. Pat Mahomes was at the opponent. It was at his own 20. He started this at the 20. Now that's a very intriguing point too. Talking about should they have kicked it to the kicker, which I would have done because that Patrick Mahomes called that timeout for the kick for the field goal 4 seconds. You easily take off about 4 to 5 to 6 seconds off of a kickoff return. So
I understand why you can say that, but you got Tyreek Hill back there. You saw how he did on that punt return earlier. So you're like, do I risk that? That
punt return. That dude was practicing for that play, actually. He probably would have took that to the house because every time he caught a ball, and oh my God, did you see all of the crossing routes and that's all they did the whole game, and Cass was just making big plays. But that's why we know that he won't catch slants. There was just so much to talk about with that game alone, man. I was blown away. I'm just blown away.
I know we give the quarterbacks a lot of love. Davis made the dude fall. I played that position. I don't know how you fall in that direction off a cut. Like, I'm like, what kind of technique did you use? By the way, Spag, I got a lot of problem with your calling, but you got to get that boy out. I don't know. That boy done got cooked for 266 yards, 3 touchdowns a few weeks ago. He gave up 4 touchdowns, a record. 4 touchdowns, 200 yards to one person. It's not even a receiver. Man. One. He might be now. He fell in a way I have never seen a human being fall on a break. You know how you do a dribble and you fall? He did like the video game fall on GTA.
Yeah, right. No,
and just falling. If I'm like, how did your body turn for you to fall? I have seen people slip on their own feet. I have seen people do a lot of different falls from getting hit with certain moves, but oh my, how do you fall in that direction?
I have one guess. He might have played hard for the back shoulder. That's the best I can give him, because there wasn't enough room between where he was and the sideline. There was nothing but opportunity in the middle of the field.
But I played that position, and you play outside technique. So why did he turn this way when you already outside technique?
I think it was for to try and stick with him and get underneath in case it is that back, because he would have been in good position if it was a back shoulder throw. But you don't bite hard. You don't bite hard on the back shoulder.
Go right? Like, I've never seen that technique before.
He bit hard on the back shoulder. That's what I think happened. He fell for a back shoulder. And honestly,
but your problem is you already outside. Just turn your shoulder inside. It's an outside technique. Which is, by the way, a bad play by Spag with backup safeties, because I think he would have beat him anyway, but still. I don't understand how he got beat that bad. Like, maybe if it was a bad throw from Allen, you could have made up for it because you play outside technique. The safety too far up, so he would have scored anyway on Davis, but I still don't understand how you fell that way. I play outside, stay outside technique, safety, dime, corner. You play outside technique. He don't. If you fake outside, you shouldn't fall for it because you're already playing outside technique. So I don't. Because he's cleared on that play, cleared on his right shoulder. So that means you
asked me why I came up with a theory, because I too watched that play a million times. But that was a textbook. Like that was a textbook. Look like you about to do a corner, but there's not enough room for the corner. You know what I'm saying, for a corner route, and then cut back inside. And I gotta give credit to that throw, because Josh could have easily messed that up, but it was right down the pipe. I went bowling on Friday, dog, and that was a strike. That was a strike. He threw it right where it had to go. It was beautiful. That was a beautiful throw too, by the way. That was just a beautiful play. And then that's the funny part too. It did look like the route was so quote unquote good that it looked like he pushed that. There's no way you fall that way unless somebody pushes you, to your point.
I'm assuming I'm assuming he pushed him, but he still shouldn't be. His feet shouldn't be that bad that he fall that hard on a push. By the way, if I could just do an expose on this dude and how Jamar Chase and Davis was murdering this dude in 2 games, but because it's the opposite the guy was throwing here, bro. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to embarrass dude, but the dude opposite of throwing here, he be getting cooked. Oh my God, he be getting cooked.
Yeah.
So they put Throwing Hill on T. Higgins, and they put him on Stephon Diggs this week. So when the other guy get on him, it's like, okay, all right.
That's what they did.
Tyrann Mathieu make up a lot for their secondary weaknesses a lot now. So, and when he got hurt, I'm like, this is gonna be a long day for Spag in the defense.
Well, for people that already don't have no idea what to do, you lose the best player in your secondary. Pretty much, if the middle linebacker is running the show, Tyrann is. You know what I'm saying? He's running the show right behind you. Yeah, that Spag, he probably gonna get a head coaching job next year.
By the way, I put a poll in the chat. Is this the greatest quarterback game ever? Write what you think on the poll. Let us know. So the poll is up. So I
do want to throw one out there about one possible game. That there was a playoff game, I believe, in 2005 between the Bengals and the Colts. Carson Palmer, Peyton Manning, they showed out that game. The defenses didn't even need to get off the bus, man.
We saw some, and the thing is, I saw Skip Bayless said, "Oh, Skip Bayless having an aneurysm this morning." If y'all ain't watched, but he's still trying to tell me that somehow Tom Brady's had a better game than Mathew Stafford. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No, that's not true.
But he was saying that it's because KC has better weapons, which is true. I give him that. But the Bills got but they got 2 Pro Bowl safeties. And the Chiefs Pro Bowl safety, who's not a Pro Bowler this year, got hurt in the first quarter. And they got a dude that gives up 200 yards weekly.
Yeah.
At one corner.
Yeah.
I give you Chris Jones and Ingram. They beast. And that rookie linebacker they got. Other than that defense. Don't tell me Sorensen it, bro. Sorensen been starting for years. I'll still be confused. Speaking of, our boy in our chat has said something, Joe. He said, has Patrick Mahomes already had a better career than Aaron Rodgers? And that's a segue. Joe, you let us know your thoughts, and we're going to segue into the Green Bay Packer game on what Pat McAfee says is Overreaction Monday, and we do overreact, so we're going to see.
Shout out to our homeboy Monray. You know, you can catch him on Broke Ugly Dudes podcast, and he joins us on Man Cave, and also the other show that we do, Just a Fan. So make sure that he's on Twitter and all that stuff, TikTok for sure, with great hot takes. And today, this hot take here, he's on to something. I'm actually leaning more towards like, yeah, you're right. Mahomes' career at this point is better than Aaron Rodgers because he's had his opportunities. I saw a tweet yesterday that they said Green Bay has had 30 years of a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, and they only have 2 to show for it. That's a good take. I mean, Mahomes is on another NFC championship. He's gone to 2 Super Bowls, correct?
He's gone to 2. When every year he's been starting, he has been to an AFC championship game.
And there has been an AFC championship game where he just didn't get the chance to get the ball back. So, I mean,
that's why Mahomes has never lost to anyone but Tom Brady in the playoffs. You lose to the GOAT, that's it. Like, the man that got 7 Super Bowls. That's the only person you lost to ever in your career in the playoffs. Everybody else, Josh Allen, every other quarterback, you have beaten. Poor Josh Allen got to deal with him so much.
And we're gonna put a prayer out there for Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert or Hibbert. They got to, all of them got to deal with that. Herbert really got to deal with it. He got to see him twice a year. Period. But we know Mahomes, he might slip sometimes in the regular season. But yeah, man, that the AFC, that's the future of football right now. Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Josh Allen for sure. So, but yeah, but as far as that take there, it's right because we were talking about Mahomes could be in that baby GOAT conversation. He lost to the GOAT though. So I don't know if he could ever clear that gap, like unless he has like 5,000 yards a season, and he can even do, in a sense, what I'm saying LeBron can do. Like, he might not get 6 championships, but he can get close to it, and we can still have that argument for GOAT. And that's what Mahomes is at now, is that, like, can he be in that conversation? He does need another Super Bowl, and I think he needs this one. But he definitely is beating out Aaron Rodgers. It feels like he might have a better career than Aaron for sure. Injury, barring injury.
Right now he's 8-2 in the playoffs. If he win the Super Bowl, he will be 10-2. Aaron Rodgers' playoff record is, let's see what his playoff record is. He is 11-9, I think. Let me see.
And why?
He is 11-10, I believe. So that means if Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl this year, he would literally almost have as many wins in almost 10 less seasons than Aaron Rodgers. So it's hard to deny it.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes only loses to Tom Brady, which is interesting. Like, it's like Tom Brady to Eli and the Mannings. Like, hey, if it's not them, I win. And fortunately, he didn't see them all the time. So
let's point this out too. the San Francisco 49ers own Aaron Rodgers.
0-4.
If it's not Kaepernick, if it's not Colin Kaepernick, who's not known to be there, and I'm not, hey, I'll leave all that other stuff out there. That boy got a Netflix show on. Don't worry about what I'm saying. He may not be the greatest passer in the world, but he got beat by Kaepernick, and Jimmy G got his number. Jimmy G got his number
0-2 versus Jimmy G.
What can you say, Aaron? You got to show up when you play against quarterbacks that aren't quite able to, put up the kind of stats that you have put up. And now the Aaron Rodgers conversation for me was over after Tom Brady beat him this last time. He was in that GOAT discussion for me. But then ever since he got into all this politics stuff and immunization stuff, man, stuff just ain't been the same, man. And Aaron Rodgers is not, quote unquote, the bad man that I used to think that he really was. But I do makes every throw. He's amazing.
He's the greatest regular season quarterback by a lot, though. You put him in a regular season, he's amazing. I don't know what happened in the playoffs.
Dude, he has 4 interception seasons. Like, how do you do 9 interceptions, 48 touchdowns type stuff? Like, dude is amazing. But I don't know, man. It's just I'm like, Aaron Rodgers is out of my mind at this point, unless he goes to the Colts, and I'd be very happy for that.
By the way, I dismissed your Colts argument, but I forgot about something. I was thinking about purely football. But Pat McAfee, is one of his best friends, is set up literally in Indianapolis. He seems to like doing television shows. So I like, maybe he don't care about football. He like that's a good team. It might not be the best team, but I can also do this show with my friends live in studio at their new igloo. So shout out to Pat McAfee and the new igloo they got coming. So I'm like, maybe Joe's not completely off, because if it was just football, it does not make sense to me. But a decent team with his friends in the city, maybe he could be with AJ Hawk and all the boys. He liked being with them, so maybe Joe more on something after I thought about it, because I'm like, I was thinking just football, but I forgot Joe, his best friends really, they live in y'all city. He can literally be alive, you know what I mean? I'm
just thinking about the fact that why would I not want to play inside? Like, it's like playing for Minnesota. You gonna eat inside. You gonna have a great regular season. Man, Green Bay is awesome place in August. Well, September and October is cool. Man, you start getting up there towards January, you got to play your playoff game there. That was a home game, bro. They slipping and sliding all over. Man, you can't tell me Devontae Adams ain't busting a couple extra moves if he's inside. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, they are missing a wide receiver. But Jim Irsay, he's a good old boy, and he loves some football. And I believe that, and his pockets is deep. Uncle Jimbo. So he's going to do what it takes to make him happy. But I'm tired of getting all these ex-quarterbacks at like 30-something, like 36 and up. That's all we getting. Like, I feel like Carson Wentz is old, but he might be a little washed up. But whatever, neither here nor there. At the end of the day, let me get on Jimmy real quick. Jimmy didn't. The first quarter and a half, something like that, that was cool. He had some drop passes that hurt him a little bit. Especially coming from George Kittle. You don't expect that, but he was keeping some drives alive had some of those passes been caught. And then just after that, he didn't do anything to like win the game. But you look up and you get that special teams play. That was huge. And I think that team is rallying around Jimmy G. I think they like Jimmy G. And the 49ers as a team, I think they like him.
I think they don't mind him. Like, don't worry. You don't have to score a touchdown today. We'll score.
I know. Look, and I know we got break coming up, but that's starting to remind me of old Tannehill too.
Yeah, so
they don't mind him, but
I think they starting to mind Tannehill.
You think so?
They starting to mind Tannehill. But again, I want to thank y'all for listening. By the way, what y'all think about the 49ers Green Bay game? I know we didn't talk about it much because that game was the game we was gonna talk about a lot, but it got overshadowed. So we might talk a little bit more about it after the break because I know it's the 30-minute mark. We got to hit you with this beautiful ad. Tell you about the other show. Go to the other channel. My link tree is in the description. So hit that link tree and you go sit over on that media channel and then you go watch those shows. Just the Fan, Man Cave. Everybody else, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We will be right back. Peace.
You learn the rules to win. And when you learn the rules, you can't complain. For example, you can't complain about a chess game when you're so used to playing checkers. Like, no, this is this particular game. You learn how to play this particular game.
Twan mentioned that void. I feel like a lot of men and women use whoever they are in a relationship with, they're dating, we're going to talk about marriage later on, but whoever they are seeing in a relationship, you try to use that to fill a void.
If we could talk to somebody 2 hours, but then how many people or our past few years that we've dated, can we honestly say, man, I can legit have just a straight 2-hour conversation with them? Not just FaceTime where the phone's staring up at the ceiling and we doing a bunch of other stuff just sitting on the phone, not texting, every couple minutes, every hour, but actual conversation with them.
Turning simping into pimp.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Lambert's May. Look at it, we got that merch. Sell React. Overall 99. Merch link in all the bios. Get that merch. Do you hear me? Kid creative players, Sell React, Overall 99 logo. Man Cave coming soon. Just the Fan coming soon. Backseat Gaming, all that merch coming soon. Love you. Peace.
That is probably one of the most manly things you will ever see, because it's not going to be the most emotionally supportive thing that you could ever see. It's
to Monte's point, you gotta realize when you are a support system or when you're a crutch.
I've always had someone someone close that I can let my guard down just long enough to freaking get it out. And when I didn't, like I said, that's what the therapist is for.
We typically don't get a lot of validation or support for the things that we generally do on a day-to-day basis. You really don't. He even brought up one thing that I didn't even think about until then. The first time, mostly when a man gets his flowers, so to speak, is at his grave.
I don't care for Peter Parker all like that. I like his side characters more than him. So I ain't checking for
Tor, real life
all
trying
like
to take
that.
your spot, you and Joe.
You got 2 strikes, man. That 2 bad takes in 3 minutes.
Hey.
That man said, I don't care about Peter Parker. That is like Marvel sacrilege.
And
Listen,
Definitely Marvel Sacrilege.
It is what it is. Peter Parker
most popular
has
character.
done nothing. Listen, Spider-Man is a failure. Spider-Man's biggest achievements are losing.
The new Batman trailer that has come out, I don't like it.
Oh,
Actually,
we gotta put that on there because the people love that.
That's a hot take right there.
I personally, I hate that trailer. I dang to hate everything. That's on. I
Morbius
hate
is the
version
only
of that.
Batman I'm checking for.
I hate.
I'm gonna just be that guy. Listen, I love Marvel, extremely. It's.
I'm a fan of whatever I'm not paying for, okay?
What's up, Mouth? It's your boy, Lambert's May. Looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And I got the merch on today, so shout out to the merch. And you know it's Thursday, so you know it's just a fan.
OVR.
Go, boy. Go.
You know, it sounds better when it's playing.
I'm a player with the key, great player beat.
Okay. Yeah, we straight.
We are back with Overall 99 Sport. This is Monday Morning Quarterback. Hope y'all having a good morning if you come in after the break. Hope you wanted to check out. I see somebody voted no. We see Gerald in the chat. Shout out to Gerald, Mr. Hicks.
What up, Gerald?
How are you doing today, my guy? He said, give me some football talk. We got you, my guy. And we gonna give you that talk. You done missed the Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen talk. Somebody voted no on this. This is the greatest quarterback we can. Tell us why. Who was the greatest quarterback matchup game that you have seen? It's a lot of stats.
Hear that.
It's a stats that should tell you this game the best. No turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. Over 70% throwing for both quarterbacks. 3+ touchdowns. 25 points.
That's pretty good.
25 points.
Pretty good quarterback play.
Yeah, so let me know. Gerald Hicks has subscribed. Thank you, Gerald, for the subscription. Thank you. Hit that like button and everything else. We appreciate you, my guy. We about to get to that football talk.
Get that share. We need that share. And I ain't talking about Sunday.
Yeah, but I saw the aneurysm Skip Bayless for that. Skip Bayless said there is no way Mathew Stafford played better than Tom Brady because Tom Brady the greatest quarterback to ever play. Okay, let's give you some stats. 30 for 54, only 55% passing. That is less than what Cam Newton throws. That is not great. He threw a pick, 329 yards, only a 77.4 QBR rating. Now let's go to the one he's comparing him to, Matt Stafford. 28 for 38, 73.7% passing, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 132.2 QBR. I don't know how you can't see y'all play, but what stat did he do worse in? He threw for less times and by almost 20 and had almost the same amount of completions.
Yeah.
He threw for 40 more yards, 2 touchdowns to your 1, no interception. You had a pick. He didn't fumble either. Tom Brady also fumbled.
Strip sack by the great Von Miller.
Yeah, so 2 turnovers for Tom Brady, none. How can you not say Mathew Stafford did not play Brady? This was not even a good game by Brady. I know Skip blamed the defense for it because Brady can do no wrong. That defense gave you 4 turnovers. Almost 5 if Stafford almost fumbled the ball again. I don't know how you blame the defense when they got you 4 turnovers and prevented a bunch of plays in the end zone. It kind of was Tom Brady's fault at the end of halftime when he threw a pick. They got the fumble and kept it 17-3 instead of making it a blowout.
Yeah.
So when Tom Brady throw the pick, we get the fumble. Tom Brady and them fumble, we get a fumble right back.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's on the defense. Oh yeah, and the disorderly conduct on Tom Brady. Talking about he got hit when we looked at the play. Von Miller hit him right here. You just bit your cheek. You just bit your lip, my guy.
Man, not you trying to say that Tom Brady is doing self-mutilation in order to get a call. I think he really got. I think his.
No, he got hit. He got hit like this, and then he got like that. And he probably bit his lip. He hit you in the chest, my guy. I quit crying.
Man, that was in the face mask. I ain't gonna lie. That was helmet straight to the face mask, bro.
Right.
I ain't with you there now.
No,
I think he really got hit.
I think Tom Brady whining, bro.
I'm not defending Tom Brady.
Kyle, it was. It had to be on the check, and you ain't gonna bite your lip. You hit me in the face, man. I done got hit a lot. I was a running back. You get hit right. You gotta get hit below here for your head to go up. If you hit me right here,
he got hit in this area.
He got hit. He might got hit right here.
He got hit in that area.
He got hit right here, and he just got caught. Yeah, he got caught slipping. No, don't play Tom. I heard yelling.
I'm going.
But Robert Kraft ain't here to bow if he referees no more.
I guess.
Hey, but that was an amazing game though. Defense put him in the situation they had a chance to come back.
I'm gonna be real with you. If we putting blame on anybody about this game, point blank period, and why we're talking about it and saying it was a great game, is another beautiful Tom Brady comeback type situation, I gotta put it on McVay, bruh. These NFL teams gotta stop caring about what another NFL team is doing. I know somebody named Bill Belichick, and if he can put 50, 60 points on you, he gonna do it. McVay sitting back trying to be respectful. F that. We got to treat it like, remember the BCS Bowl days? Remember that? Back in the day where just points and just how much you beat up on somebody, it ain't about respect. You got to keep on playing. So they come out in the second half, yeah, we up 27, 77-3, blah, blah, blah. You don't know what can happen in football because anything can happen. That ball is like in the air, where nobody is there and it's anybody's opportunity to get there if they're in the right place. They start trying to run the ball. They start trying to do this, that, and the third. But honestly, this game wasn't as close as what the score tells you. Akers fumbled at the 1 yard line. Before the half, you go into the locker room and you super defeated, bro. You super defeated. But it didn't come down to that, and they just took their foot off the gas. Shout out to my boy Sonny. He may have had something to do with this. He may have called the Vegas gods to try and make this happen, but it didn't quite happen for them because it was a plus 3 for the Rams, and all they had to do was basically win, and you win. But man, it got close. It got close, and it shouldn't have. And I got to put that on McVay. McVay needs to go in there, and somebody that won't just bow down to him needs to go in there and say, hey, next time we need to go in there and just keep on kicking ass, man. This is real. Super Bowl is on the line. Legacies are on the line. Kick ass.
McVay might tell you he didn't fumble 4 times in the second. like we was going to score and they fumbled and the score would have been crazy. That ain't my fault. We fumbled 3. We got a fumble, then Mathew Stafford wasn't ready for the ball, and we threw it 20 yards back. When we was about
that was the craziest snap in that situation. I've been doing this with you for what, 19 games, and that's what we gonna do. That was crazy.
Jalen Ramsey played the weirdest coverage for the one time he played, and then he got beat deep. I didn't understand that coverage at all.
He was there. And that's the worst part. He was there, but at some point he gave up at the end of the route.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he lost the ball and kind of just stood there. You're like, "What the ball at?" And then he just quit, and then Mike Evans just like, "Doop," and then walked in.
You know what's funny too? The funny part is he said the announcers at the time was talking about, you know what? Jalen Ramsey said enough is enough. He's taking Mike Evans. Boom. I was like, what the fuck? What is going on?
He gave up on the play. I didn't understand that. And then at the 4th and 1, they call a timeout, which I could blame McVay. I didn't understand why you gave him time to even review that. And then they ran to the outside after you call a timeout, which like you wasn't prepared for after you call the timeout. So why did you call the timeout in the first place? Tom Brady could have rushed and tried something wild. It was like, I don't understand why you calling timeouts. I don't understand a lot of stuff this weekend. On the last play, let's talk about this before we move on to the next game. On the last play of the game, the second last play of the game, Mathew Stafford hit Cooper Kupp. People wonder why he ran a cover 0 all-out blitz on that play. I don't understand it either, but to his defense, half the linebacker just stood there. I know Allen was mad early in the game and threw his helmet down, but I'm like, the game tied now. I don't know if you quit. Bro, you're supposed to blitz. Even Bruce Arians said, if we blitzed, maybe it would have worked. Like, he just stood there. He was like, I ain't gonna go. It was like a gap too, right in front of him, just spread out like this. And he just stood there and looked at Mathew Stafford. I'm like, you're not finna pressure him so he can't get a great throw. Just jump in his way so the pass might be a little high or something. You know what I mean, Joe? Just do this so he can be like, you know what I'm saying? So like, he just stood there and looked at while a gap opened. He just like, I guess he didn't like to play. He like, why we doing all that blitz? And just sat there.
Like, I I'm somewhat of a moody guy in sports. I mean, I liken myself to shout out to Stephon Diggs for tackling that fan that was running on the field. He was upset. He had 3 catches for 7 yards. I'm the best person on our team, and that's what I got going for. Somebody got to get hit, period. But I'm a little bit of a moody guy, but like if it's coming down to it, this is a final drive. I don't care what I was mad about before. The time is now. And you said I'm not going to blitz because I'm just moody right now? Oh, no. But my bigger problem is with, I don't care where Cooper Kupp is coming from. We don't blitz from there. I don't care if we call slot, blitz, whatever. I don't care. The point is for this dude to not be one-on-one down the field. This should be some kind of, zone coverage where he can tackle quickly. No, they play some sort of man. And what are you blitzing this man for? Don't blitz, make him think. Yeah, if he can drive it down the field and, do this, that, and the third, that's fine. But, man, that was a terrible play call. Awful. And did you see how slow he looked in comparison as he's chasing Cooper Kupp?
I said I meant Levante David. I gave the wrong person who didn't blitz. I didn't want to blame some other person from the Bills.
Hey, so accountability. Yeah. We all about accountability.
Yeah, so it's Levante David. I don't know why I said the boy from the Bills name. He did not do anything wrong, I guess. Well, he probably did because they gave him a lot of points. But but in this game wasn't his fault.
Yeah. Well, I'm 100%. That was a bad final play call defensively. And the Rams gave them every opportunity to get back into this game. I don't think it was anything special that Tom did. So that's where I stand on that game. And here it is. Tom Brady will be back next year.
You gotta see. Talking about retirement talk, I'm interested. You might be like, hey man, I'm getting old, bro. I don't want to look like Peyton and Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger my last year. Cause they're
like Drew Brees is like 10 years younger than him. Feel like it.
Oh, Drew Brees 40. That's the crazy thing is they all old. People forget Drew Brees was in Purdue playing against Nick Saban at Michigan State back then.
Shout out to the Big Ten, the real Big Ten. But yeah, I'm also looking at Aaron Rodgers looks like the oldest of all of them. Isn't that crazy?
He still play. He just too safe in the playoffs. I never understood it. He played really safe. Like he is not going. Like he's not bumming to Devontae Adams like he do in the regular season. He gonna check down to Aaron Jones 100 times.
Yeah, he'll do that. So shout out to Clan Marino, man.
But yeah, we got the Titans versus the Bengals. The last game of the weekend. We might, if we have time, we're gonna talk a little bit of basketball. Not much though, cause ain't much going on. Suggs dunked on somebody yesterday. It was crazy. It was fun though. Ryan Tannehill was 15 for 24, 62.5%, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, which overcame Joe Burrow getting sacked 9 times like a madman, the NFL record 9 times. The Titans defense played very well. A.J. Brown had 142 yards. He played well. Julio Jones had 62. They ran for 150 yards total, 162 yards. I'm like, I don't know what happened to this game except for Ryan Tannehill is not that guy. That's the only thing I can come up with in the whole game. Ryan Tannehill is not that guy. And I'm looking at stats, 3 picks, and you barely lost. If you don't throw 3 picks, you win this game. You're at home. You're a 1 seed. It's not even that. It's like, what, 45, 50 degrees? You could have been somewhere cold like Buffalo. Come on, man. Tannehill played him. But Joe Burrow, 28 completions, 37 attempts, 75.7 percentage. The second highest behind Patrick Mahomes. 348 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Mixon with a big run at the end of the game.
Yes, sir.
Joe Burrow survived. Oh, beaten. Joe.
God. That was sad to watch, man. I ain't gonna lie. And actually, it reminds me of an old quarterback from Houston, David Carr. That man was on suicide watch every single game. Like that dude got sacked a million times. It was awful. And we know that Houston came in as an expansion franchise, so they just got like a whole bunch of random expansion draft picks or whatever just to have a team. Oh man, that dude used to get tore up, and that's what that reminded. Like, I need to give the Bengals this bit of advice: don't lose your quarterback because you don't want to protect him, because that's what happened to my Andrew Luck. They never got into the protection he needed. And you will lose Joe Burrow, somebody that you can have for 10 to 15 years. You can lose him at 28 or 29. Like we lost Andrew Luck. Man, he was getting tore up. But Tannehill, that's the game that you don't want to have out of a quarterback like him. He's going to play it safe. He's not going to do a whole bunch. But when he turns the ball over, that's when you're going to lose.
You are.
You're going to lose.
Like
Derrick Henry looked like he was still trying to work out the kinks, man. The man ain't played in like 6-7 weeks. So
he's still rushed for 4 yards a carry.
Which is good. It just like I saw him getting taken down by one person. Like that's not regular to me. You know, I saw him. I think he wasn't as explosive as he typically is, because sometimes he got that sneaky speed where he'll get around the corner on you. But like people, and matter of fact, he hesitated on a stiff arm a couple of times. Like he wasn't sure if he wanted to or not. No, like a competent, ready to go Derrick Henry, you catching that stiff arm and you are a highlight.
I think the stiff arm, I saw the play you were talking about. I think the corner hesitated. So he reached out and the dude stopped and he didn't look weird.
Oh, so the corner didn't want the smoke.
He did this, and the corner said, and then he pulled it back and the corner grabbed his leg. I was like, oh. Yeah. And I have never seen that, but he gained like 4 more yards. So I'm like, I guess he was like, all right. he didn't want this smoke, but he did have a plate in his foot and like 5 screws, I think they said. So,
oh man.
So yeah, but he played well, and Foreman broke that big run, and Tannehill right after he broke the big run, after Henry also got like 3 first downs. Foreman broke like 45 yards, and then the next play, Tannehill threw a pick.
And you don't expect that from Tannehill. That's like my biggest thing. He's a safe quarterback. I thought that he would be somebody that could really, really overcome the GOAT, Blake Bortles. But now that Josh Allen is who I thought Jake Bortles could be. And even Tannehill, I thought, but man, he went back to them Dolphin days, got to throwing picks, and that's tough,
man. Can we talk about how talented that Titans team is?
How talented?
Yes, like they the one team I saw this weekend didn't have a weakness, except the one position that they needed to, which is quarterback. You watched the game, right?
Yes, sir.
Was their secondary weak? No. Secondary played amazing against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Were they linebackers weak? No. Their D-line, Simmons and all them boys, 9 sacks. Their offensive line played amazing. Tannehill got sacked once the whole day. And that was because he ran out on a play. He booted out on a dude when he was doing a quarterback like watch. So he sneaked. That was his fault.
Mixon got, in a sense, lucky on that run because they've been held in check.
Matter of fact, that run Mixon got was because their offensive line was so bad. Everybody beat everybody to the right. He cut back because they beat him so bad. He cut back and scored. Look at that play again. If you don't believe me, go back and watch that play. Every offensive lineman got beat, and they was all up the field, and he just cut back because they all ran too far up the field because they beat him so quick that he could cut back and there's nobody over there. Like, there was no weakness except the quarterback position. That's the only team this weekend I can be like, 49er weakness was they had a lot of drops. Outside of Deebo Samuels, they really don't have receivers, if we've been honest.
If we calling Deebo a receiver, this dude is the new Percy Harvin. Everything. Best football player.
Yeah, so I'm like, he played running back half the time, so you can't even call him his best receiver. Kittle getting drops now because Kittle hasn't been used all year, so of course he's getting drops. And also, what can we say? They didn't give up. They have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. They was not giving up the deep routes. Jamar Chase them made a few nice plays. You could say probably the corners tackling on them little screens might be the one weakness, but they covered well. The linebackers played well. Like, you can't who played bad for the Titans? That's the reason they didn't 1 seed. Running game good, line good, receivers Julio Jones, AJ Brown.
I mean, I definitely would have been looking forward to a Bills versus Titans game. That would have been lit. It would have been low scoring and just who's gonna pull it out.
But it was a good game, man.
But Tannehill didn't do what Tannehill does, which is don't turn the ball over. They ask you to do one thing: don't turn the ball over. You did it 3 times. Can't rock with that. Can't do it.
3 interceptions killed them. Like, you never seen a team with 160 yards rushing, 9 sacks. It's like, oh, they lost. What? How? But Joe Burrow is a player, though. He took all them hits and kept going. Big play after big play. Got him down the field, kicked the game-winning field goal in a weekend that was full of game-winning field goals. So the poll ended up being 50-50. This was the best quarterback weekend of them all. That's dope. Shout out to y'all who voted. Let us know how y'all feel about it in the chat, in the comments after the show. If y'all are watching this on the channel after. Update. The IP is coming soon. That's gonna be a new YouTube channel I'm making. The IP, in which I might get canceled for. But let's go. Overall 99 content channel. The second crazy show, C News, will be on. I might get canceled for that too, but let's do it. Keeping 99 live. Y'all might actually love me for that one. Coming soon, February 4th. I'm looking forward to it. This show will be weekly. I don't know if I'll do next week, depending on how good the game is, but I'm trying to get everything straightened out with all the stuff. So backgrounds, everything. We want some dope stuff. I'm changing some stuff around on this show too, so I was gonna take the day off and change it, but we doing it Joe off, so I didn't want to waste Joe weekend off with me. So, and this week games I had to talk about too, so I had to do it. So let's do that. So we got a lot of stuff. We got a betting show coming soon, so y'all on this channel, so y'all can do online betting. Kid Credit Player gonna do a bunch of 1v1s and 5-on-5 basketball games will be here. It's on this channel too, so be looking for that. If you into watching a 5'9" guy kill a bunch of 6-foot people in the Rick Center,
he's a problem.
About dropping all 40 points on all of them, it'll be fun to watch. And we might start getting him some collabs with people like Cash Nasty and Flight React. I want to see West versus Flight React. That's the game we gotta see. Y'all don't know him.
Man, that's a blowout. That's a blowout.
I want to. You know how West is. He gonna try to embarrass him. So
yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen for sure.
So I want to see, cause Flight gonna talk crazy, and I need to see that. So we gonna try to set it up and hope this channel get big enough with your support. This channel get big enough. We'll make it happen. So we'll see some games that y'all want to see. I know LSK and all them boys. LSK is actually a real hooper. That'll be just a fun game to watch. Especially if he's 6'6" and actually play D1 ball. Pretty good player too. So it'd be fun to see them one-on-ones and see who actually win. So February we got a lot of stuff coming. Joe gonna have you heard back.
I'm gonna have my birthday February 18th. Yeah. You already know what time it is.
Yeah, so you got Joe back. We might do on this channel Super Bowl party. Where I eat and hang out with whoever wanna watch along the football game. So I might do that if some certain things happen, but we got a lot of stuff coming. Hope y'all enjoy yourself, man. Joe, how you feeling?
I feel amazing, dog. Man, I'm about to play Legos here in a little bit for y'all, man. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then we're gonna play a little Legos for y'all on Twitch. So make sure y'all holla at the Twitch here in a little bit for anybody that want to see my oh so handsome face still.
Twitch.tv/what?
Unico Williams.
Yeah, Unico Williams. So go check him out on that. Got a lot coming on. I'm looking forward to it. Steph Curry played terrible last night and they still beat the Jazz. So 1 for 13 from 3, like 2 for 15 overall. Still won because Poole and Klay Thompson and everybody else was balling. So it's like, hey, Steph can play bad, we win. Now that's a terrible thing for the league. Lakers did some Globetrotter play, which they got the tip off. They caught the ball, threw it between their legs, ran around the circle, and missed the opening shot. I was like, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. I don't understand.
They were still hungover. They had been. Everybody needs to know about the Lakers. They were in Miami after as soon as they beat Orlando. They didn't go to the locker room and shower, nothing. Went straight to the plane and went right to Miami. And it was in Miami from Friday night all the way to Sunday. And then the crazy part was they tried to even make the game later in the day and make it 6 o'clock at 6:30 at night. And they still was hungover.
They too old.
As you should be. As you should. Yeah, they are. That team is too old to be doing all that. You're right. As I'm getting older, I'm like, man, dog, I can't do them 2-day joints no more, man. I'll be out for a couple of days without even drinking after I drink like that, or party good like that for a couple of days.
Everybody on that team like 35 years old, bro. Y'all ain't got the excuse no more.
Yeah.
Y'all been in the league y'all been in the league for 15 years. You should know how to come to Miami by now.
You should know how to come to Miami by now.
15 years, bro, but I don't know what's going on with that team. Embiid been balling. He's almost averaging 40 and 15 the last few games, and that's all that's going on in the NBA.
If you don't mind, I do want to speak on that Embiid comment. I do think that the Shaq versus Embiid conversation is okay. I think it's okay to have. Strictly because of what they can do to each other on offense, defensively, and neither one of them can hold the other. I can say that much.
We saw it. People that deny it, I saw Hakeem kill Shaq. So
yeah, like if you got moves and you can step out a little bit, you're gonna do a lot for your team. If you're Joel Embiid, and then if you Shaq, like you just can't stop me. You can't. I'm doing all that elbow turn around dunk on you. Yeah, but Embiid is getting bigger, so I'm gonna be real, but I still don't think he's big enough to handle Shaq.
Oh no, Shaq is dominant. So Embiid been hooping. Shout out to Ben Simmons.
For having an $18 million house in Malibu and not playing?
Not playing and getting paid. He living the dream.
Yeah. We don't joke about mental health, but I wish mental health talk would get us more benefits. Because mental health is the one thing you can't prove. Unless you just be wilding out, like you choose every Wednesday to wild out real quick.
Just for Gerald, Jason Tatum scored 50 last night. It's not true.
Jason Tatum scored 50 last night, and that is amazing.
They scored,
and they coupled that on top of Jaylen Brown actually scored 52. They're like the first teammates in a long time to do that, if ever.
Yeah, they scored
in a season.
I had to do it for my boy. He said, "Don't bring up my Celtics." I had to bring up your Celtics. They did drop 50.
Still can't play together.
They dropped 50, and they actually beat Washington, who was a decent team this year. Not bad to beat. Jalen Suggs them dunked on the whole Chicago Bulls and won.
Shout out to Orlando catching a W.
The Knicks
13 and 38.
And still the 10th seed. Hey man, you get to that 9th seed. You stay there. You got a play-in game. Atlanta beat Charlotte. New York beat the Clippers. A lot of teams are disappointed in, but they won last night. So maybe it's a turnaround after the midway season.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All-Star weekend coming up. We'll see.
Yeah, so that's when the season really starts, when people start trying to turn up a little bit. Minnesota beat Brooklyn. Again.
KD is out still, correct?
Yeah, KD out.
Was it a home game? We see those are two things you got to see. Is it KD or is it home game?
It was the road game.
Oh, okay. That's what we got to consider nowadays. Like, was Kyrie eligible?
Yeah, he played last night. It was a road game.
They lost.
They didn't play no defense. They gave 100. They scored 124, and lost by 12. So they didn't play no defense.
Wow. Well, you weren't gonna get that out of them two goobers up top, Harden and Kyrie. So that's a walk-in. I can get 35 on you real quick.
Yeah, like I said, shout out to Ben.
Between both of them.
By the way, shout out Ben Simmons getting paid and not playing. And by the way, RRP Pops, happy birthday, January 24th. That's my father's birthday. Shout out to him. Rest in peace. Love you, Pops. Thank y'all for.
Why you say that? Can I do it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mom. January 24th today. Happy birthday, Mom.
Oh, that's crazy. Let's go.
That's insane.
Yeah. But RIP Pops, man. He the one who got me this webcam, so it's shout out. So let's go. They got me started, even though I didn't do it till 2 years later when COVID happened. So.
Hey man, we out here though. As long as we do it now.
Yeah, it got me doing camera work. Cause I got cameras and stuff, and now I got this camera now. So we progressing. We loving life. We doing everything. We trying to make big moves. Monte gonna have a show, gaming news show, coming in February. It's a lot of stuff, man. We gonna try to keep y'all busy. I'm not gonna lie. We gonna try to keep y'all on this channel forever. Like we gonna be your TV station. Like what you doing today? I'm watching. I gotta catch up on my overall 99 content because they put out 5 videos today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Different people and different things. They all just put them out. I'm like, bet. So
here for it.
So you go just subscribe to all 3 overall, not all 4 of my channels. 5, no, you 7 Joe channel. Just 5. just subscribe all of them. Every channel related to overall 9, just subscribe to all of them. Subscribe to the Twitches and all that stuff, and keep up with your overall 99 news. I appreciate y'all. We about to get out of here. The show will go back to 2 hours in about 2 or 3 weeks. But we're gonna do the hour for now because them 2 hour shows is kind of hard to do for a while without still the internet and other stuff. But we're gonna have that straightened out. And plus I'm gonna have more different stuff to do. Especially as I had my stuff break about doing the play-by-play breaking, so I couldn't just do that. So what we gonna talk about? I appreciate y'all. I'm talking to I'm babbling. Joe. Twitch.tv.Unico Williams. He playing Legos or something. I don't know. Fortnite with some little kids of a girl he flirting with.
UnicoWilliams.com, baby. You know where to go. We got plenty going on, man. And I just can't wait for Man Cave. And I can't wait for Just a Fan. Man, we got a nice cast of characters on our channel, man. It's dope. It's going to do nothing but get better. I'm excited for it. So, and I appreciate everybody that come in and rock with me for a hot second. And just thank you so much.
Yeah. And one day we got to get that Patreon up because the arguments on the behind the scene between Monte and Tori are very X-rated, so we can't put it on YouTube. But I have never seen an argument. I have never thought of that argument.
I didn't think of it. He just so messy.
I'm like,
messy. Monte is messy.
I'm like, this is the weirdest argument I've ever heard. I don't even know why y'all arguing over it. Just know it includes Nerd Rope and Skittles. And I don't know how we got there. But we got there.
Where's a will? There's some wild stuff to happen.
I appreciate y'all. All right, we out. Peace. If y'all start enjoying the show, we'll do that Patreon and y'all will see the crazy. Matter of fact, I'll bring it up again because I want y'all to see they are. Me and Joe not in it. I'm like, Joe, we vanilla. They different. Joe, you vanilla with me because they different, dog.
Dog, man, they get into it like I think they known each other their whole lives.
All right, peace, man. I love y'all.